Hello, everyone. My name is Godspeed Dada, and I'm the chairperson for project. And together with me are project subcommittee members, some of which I was able to meet at the FIP Congress, which held at Copenhagen. So from left to right, that's me, Ure, who's in charge of the remote volunteering program. Next is Larry, who's in charge of the leadership development workshop, and Clara, who's in charge of the professional innovation grants. And lastly, that's Emanuela, who's in charge of the mentorship program. So under the projects subcommittee, we have the professional development portfolio, mentorship, leadership development, remote volunteering, as well as professional innovation grants. So for professional development, what we were able to achieve during this year was we had a collaboration with IPSF. The collaboration was about the IPSF family with virtual events, and of which 5 of our project subcommittee members participated in. This event included the pharmacy professional advocacy competition, patient counseling event, intellectual skills event, clinical skills event, as well as compounding events. Next is the ECPG needs assessment survey. This survey was carried out by the Office of the Secretary, and the survey is still being analyzed. The survey is basically to identify opportunities for the improvement of ECPG members in engagement, professional development, as well as communication. So we believe that the results of this analysis would further improve professional development as a whole. That is for educational pharmacists. Next is the review of the career development toolkit. So this is still in the works because, as you know, the current career development toolkit is specialized for just pharmacists. And right now, the 1/5 motto is to carry along pharmaceutical scientists as well as pharmacy educators. So we're currently working on that. Next is the leadership development portfolio. So the leadership development portfolio is actually divided into 2. We have the leadership development program, which is a virtual event, and then we have the leadership development workshop, which is a physical event. So the leadership development program runs for a period of about 10 months. And for this year, we had a total of 11 participants from various walks of life in pharmacy profession. So they held meetings every month with different speakers and facilitators from various countries as well as organizations. So for the leadership development workshop this year, we had over 20 participants, although we had 30 people who registered. But due to visa restrictions and other constraints, just about 25 were about to attend physically. So during the course of the leadership development workshop, we had several facilitators, astute facilitators, and they spoke on topics such as conflict management, the Dick style of leadership, as well as cultural sensitivity. So it's interesting to know that the leadership development call for 2025 to 2026 is currently on. And so the deadline is 14th of October. Please do well to apply if you're willing to be part of the leadership development program in order to boost your leadership profile. So I'll move on to mentorship. So for the mentorship is called the Pathfinder Mentorship Program. And it's a collaboration between FIPWISE. FIPWISE stands for FIP, Women in Science Education Collaboration. So for this year, we had a total of 19 mentees who were matched, but along the line, some dropped off. So right now, we have about 11 mentors and mentees who are currently engaged in the program, and they're benefiting from knowledge, guidance, as well as mutual growth. During the course of this year, we had the opportunity to host a webinar, and this webinar was with Dr. Grace. And the webinar was aimed to explore how to create meaningful as well as productive mentor-mentee relationships within the pharmacy profession. Next, I'll move over to the remote volunteering stroke internship program. So for this year, we had a call for interns, and thankfully this year we had more applicants as well as more spaces available. So this year we had over 100 applicants for internship positions, and just 10 out of 100 were selected. The internship program is basically a program that supports the impactful initiative of FIP. These initiatives include the unit wing, the practice development, the membership, equity, pharmacy, and the likes. So we're so happy that we're able to achieve this year. As against that of last year. Last year was just one vacancy, but this year we had about 10. So next, on our social media platforms, we had a series of intern spotlights. So people who had previously interned with FIP-CPG, we spotlighted them in order to showcase their personal experiences, their key contributions, as well as their subsequent professional achievements. So I'll move over to the Professional Innovation Grant portfolio. So for this year, as usual, there's so many scholarships, so many grants that are available to ECPG members. And for this year, the winners of the 2025 Early Career Leadership Development Scholarship, as well as Community Pharmacy Section scholarships, are from the Africa region, we have Onyebude Harriet. From Americas region, we had both Vinicius. Eastern Mediterranean region, we had Meshkat. European region, we had Hannah. Southeast Asia, we had Diana, who's from the Philippines. Western Pacific region, we had Wanda Putri, who's from Indonesia. And lastly, for the CPS, the Community Pharmacy Section Scholarship, we had Shia Hyoyo from Malaysia. Another important scholarship is the Don Hop Scholarship. So this scholarship recognizes an outstanding early career leader. And this year, the recipient of this award was Mr. Miradre, who hails from Bangladesh. Next is the Mike Howe Travel Award, pardon me. So the Mike Howe Travel Award is a collaboration between IPSF, ECPG, as well as the Industrial Pharmacy section of the FIP. So what this award does basically is to support one ECPG or IPSF member that is involved in development, manufacturing, or regulatory aspect of pharmaceuticals. So for this year, the recipient of the award is Marisa El Hatch. She's a PhD candidate in computational drug discovery, and she's from Brazil. Next is the Professional Innovation Grant. So for this year, the winner was Pravin, who is from India, and he also doubled as the recipient of the Early Career Recognition in Pharmacy Education Award. So this Professional Innovation Grant Award is a collaboration between ECPG and FIP Foundation grant. It provides support for the implementation of a project by a young pharmacist or pharmaceutical scientist or pharmacy educator who is definitely an ECPG member. Next is the Health and Medicines Information Section Travel Award, which is known as the Hermes Travel Award. It is an annual stipend that Hermes provides for early career in an attempt to give back to society. So they're just trying to give back to society. And remember that Hermes is also a section of the FIP. So the winner for this year is Mary Millicent Bafo, and she's from Ghana. It would also interest you to know that we had some digital events as regards to the Professional Innovation Grant portfolio. One of which was the Positioning Yourself to Win the FIP ECLD Scholarship Arena. We collaborated with previous ECLD scholarship winners to talk about how to win the scholarships, eligibility criteria, what basically made them stand out amongst other applicants. Next was a webinar, which was tagged Crack the Code, Life Secrets from FIP and ECPG Innovation Grant Champions. So this also was a webinar that we invited other previous winners of various FIP and ECPG scholarships, and they talked about how to make your project or your application stand out. So there was an external representation from my portfolio. This was at the International Pharmacy Conference and Exhibition at Baghdad in Iraq. So this conference served as a gathering of academia, regulatory bodies, and other experts in various fields. And I was able to do a presentation on empowering academia, the role of FIP-CPG. So in the course of the events, I also highlighted FIP's mission, as well as the development goals and diverse engagement opportunities that are available within FIP-CPG and FIP. So for the remaining part of this tenure, we will be on the lookout for the following events. We have a mentorship webinar that is coming up on the 25th of October. And it's titled How to Set Goals to Maximize Your Mentorship Experience. Please be on the lookout on our various social media handles for this, as well as a remote volunteering webinar, which is going to take place in December, which is the World Volunteering Day. Also, the PNP, like I earlier mentioned, which is the Pathfinders Mentorship Program. The call is going to be out in a few weeks. So if you would like to be mentored or to be connected with someone who you think would help you professionally, please be on the lookout for that. Also, remember that I talked about the analysis of the needs assessment. So based on the result that we received, we're going to be providing professional development resources for ECPG members across the globe. So at this juncture, I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone who has been a part of this committee. Though we face some challenges, like a lot of some members of the committee actually resigned, but nonetheless, we're able to make all these achievements. I would like to thank also the steering committee members who assisted in one way or the other, as well as other subcommittees who also assisted. Thank you so much, and have a good day.